Good morning, students. Today we will start our next book, that is Statistics for Economics. What is the purpose of this book? When we are talking about the microeconomics, macroeconomics, when we are talking about that aspect, that is the economics. But in economics, that is the valuable thing is the statistical data. So first we find out the how to organize, how to collect, how to presentate of this statistical data, so we can use in the economics purpose. When we are talking about the budget में हम statistical data use कर रहे हैं. But how to collect this data? What is the importance of this statistic data? How to collect this data? Organize this data? Present this data? Analyze this data? This is again the question marks. So all the questions are given in this book only. Before the start where statistical data, first we just clear about the meaning of economics. So this is our first chapter, economics and introduction and meaning, scope and importance of statistics in the economics. Adam Smith is a well-known personality or well-known economist in the earlier 1776. The science of economics is not very old. In fact, its origin can be traced to 1776, when Adam Smith's book, An Inquiry into the Nature and the Causes of Wealth of Nations, was published. With the increase in the areas of human activity, the scope of economics has considerably increased over the year. The meaning of the economics is something vast. It means when we are talking about the economics is a science that studies human behavior, which aims to allocation of scarce resources in such a way that consumer can maximize their satisfaction, producer can maximize their profits, and society can maximize its social welfare. It is about the making choice in the presence of scarcity. So this is a combination of wealth definition, welfare definition, scarcity definition and growth definition. And these are the four criteria, and four persons are given the different definitions. Now we can say wealth definition given by the Adam Smith, welfare definition given by the Alfred Marshall, scarcity definition given by the Lewis Robin, and growth oriented definition by Samuelson. They are the four most popular and important in our economic, because this definition is very helpful for us. Now, first definition is wealth definition. It is given by the Adam Smith. According to Adam Smith, economics is the science of wealth. And Adam Smith is known as the father of the economics. In the ordinary language, wealth means money. But in economics, the terms wealth has a special meaning in the economics. Wealth refers to those goods which satisfy the human wants. Adam Smith was the view that economics is concentrate with the problems arising from the wealth getting and wealth using activity of people. कहाँ से पैसा आएगा और हम कहाँ पैसा खर्च करेंगे. That is the first perception of the consumer. He was interested mainly in the studying the ways by which the wealth of all nations could be increased. Economics and inquiry into the factor that determine the wealth of the country only. Now, second definition given by scarcity definition given by Lewis Robbins. He is again the one most important person for our statistic of economics, because the correlations factor created by the Robbins only. According to the Professor Robbins, economics is the science which studies the human behavior as a relationship between ants and scarce means which have the alternative uses. Already we had seen in the micro what are the economics problems and what are the causes of economics problems, and that scarcity and alternative uses already we had seen in the microeconomics. So scarcity definition of economics was given by the Robbins in his book An Easy on the Nature and the Significance of Economic Science, published in 1932. Scarcity definition is based on the some fundamental characteristics of human existence which give rise the economics problem. First, ultimate want. It means man has the ultimate wants or ends. They can never be fully satisfied. No sooner a want is satisfied, a new wants emerge. एक खत्म होती नहीं है और दूसरी wants start हो जाती है. Scarcity of resources. So scarcity refers to the limitations of supply in relation to the demand for a commodity. It means supply is less than to demand. Suppose मेरी डिमांड है ऑडी परचेस करने की, बट आई डोंट हैव दिस मच ऑफ मनी, सो मनी सप्लाईज इज लेस देन द माई डिमांड. नेक्स्ट, अल्टरनेटिव यूजेस. Resources are not only the scarce, but they can also be put the various use. It take the choice among the resources more important. So this is the scarcity definition given by the Professor Robbins. Next, growth definition given by Paul. Growth definition Samuelson. Mr. Samuelson given by the growth orientation definition. Economics is the study of how man and society choose with or without the use of money to employ the scarce productive resources which could have the alternative use to provide the various commodities over time and distribute them for the consumption now and in future among the various people and the groups of the society. So according to the Mr. Samuelson, economics is the study. So he wants to tell us that economics is a social science and it is mainly concentrated with the way how society employs its limited resources for alternative use. So it is the modified version of the scarcity definition. It means the whatever the Robbins given to us, that the modification and that modification given by Professor Samuelson. So we can say economics is the study of how people and society choose to employ scarce resources that could have the alternative use in order to produce various commodities that satisfy their wants and the distribute them for the consumption among various persons and group in society. There are mainly two type of resources, scarce or limited, and have the alternative uses. Clear? That is the main important criteria about the economics. Because our wants are unlimited, scarcity of resources are there, and so resources have alternative uses. Now the next topic is economic and non-economic activity. All human beings are engaged in some activity or the other in order to satisfy their basic needs. For example, farmer buys in their field Workers are working in factories. Professional like CA, doctors are busy in their profession. Depending on wants, all human activities can broadly classified in the two categories. So human activities classified mainly two categories. First is the economic activities and second is non-economic activities. When we are talking about the economic activities, so economic activities refers to those activities which are undertaken to earn a living. For example, worker working in a factory, shopkeeper selling goods in his shop, doctors attending to patient in his clinic, etc. are the examples of the economic activities. Economic activities are concentrate with all those activities which are concentrate with the production, consumption and distribution of goods and services which are not available free. So every economic should undertake three main economics activities: consumption, production and distribution. Consumption is an economic activities which deals with the use of goods and services for the satisfaction of human wants. Eating of bread, drinking of milk, wearing of watches, etc. are the consumption activities. It means we are directly consume that goods for the satisfying our wants. Now when we are talking about the producer, is one of who produce goods and services for the generations of income. So productions refers to all activities which are undertaken to produce goods and services for generation of income and satisfy the human wants. It is the process of converting raw material into finished product. Land, labor, capital and entrepreneur are the four facts of production. The activities of farmers, carpenter, traders, teachers, doctor, shopkeeper, etc. all come under the production activity. Now next is the service holder, a person who is in the job and gives his services as a factor of production and the getting paid for it, just like teachers. Service provider, a person who provides service to the other for a payment, that is the transportations, just like a transportations. Clear? Now the next, distribution. So distribution is that the economic activity which studies the how income generated is distributed among the factor of production. It deals with the determining how the total income arising from production process is distributed to the land, labor, capital and entrepreneur in the form of rent, wages, interest and profit respectively. When we are talking about the non-economic activities, so non-economic activities which are not concentrate with the certain of money or creation of money or wealth are known as the non-economic activities. Example, housewife cooking food for her family, teacher teaching his own son or daughter. In non-economic activities, there is no expectations of any kind of monetary reward or benefits. They are inspired by the sentimental reasons and are performed out of love, sympathy, sentiments, etc. Some more examples for non-economic activities performed in the economics are charitable activities like blood donation camp, free education to needy students, social activities just like get together, attending the parties, Political activities just like performed by the different political parties, religious activities just like a praying a god, etc. are the non-economic activities. So I hope you can understand about the what is economic activities, what is non-economic activities, and what are the four definition of the economic. First, wealth definition given by Adam Smith, welfare definition given by Alfred Marshall, scarcity definition given by Professor Robbins, and growth and orientation definition given by the Samuelson. I hope you can understand about the definition of economics and what is the scarcity and the economic and non-economics activities. That's all for today. Tomorrow we will continue this chapter again. Thank you. Have a nice day.